So what's new with the MGC Elite? Today I will be showing you two copies of the MGC Elite prototype. I do want to emphasize that these are just prototype versions and there will be some changes made to the final model, which will be released shortly. The first notable change is going to be the springs. I believe they're going to be going with a more firm spring in the production model. They will also be going with stronger magnets, and I'll touch on a little bit more about why they went with that change later on in the video. The last change they're making for the final version is going to be underneath the center cap actually. So let's go ahead and just dive in and take a look. So as you can probably tell, there's a new spring compression system in the MGC Elite. There are some numbers, 1 through 6, that are outlined right here, and they're a bit hard to see. The final production version will have a more clear number system. I think they'll be doing a different color plastic for this, or maybe even coloring the numbers. We'll see what they come up with. While we're on the topic of the spring compression system, let's talk about how it works. So there are going to be 6 presets, and they start off at number 1. The cool thing about the system is that there's no tool necessary, and you can just do it by hand. So there's these 2 little pieces here. You want to get your thumb and usually pointer finger, and you'll just click, and you can see now I'm on setting 5, setting 6, and then when you hear the more profound click, that's how you know you're back to setting 1. The whole idea behind this system was not only for the performance advantages that it offers and the customization features, but the fact that it can be done easily, quickly, and on the go. So just a matter of 1, 2, 3, and now I'm back on setting number 4, which is my current preferred preset. Another change is going to be with their adjustable magnet system. This cube here on the left is an earlier prototype that has a green adjustable system, and this is a later prototype that has a black adjustable system. The reason for the color change was that some testers thought that the green being here was a bit distracting because it is colored, so they switched to the black over here. I thought I'd bring along the green cube today to show you a little bit more about how the system works because it is easier to see on camera. If you look closely, you're going to see that there's an arrow that currently is pointing that way or towards the outside of the puzzle. To adjust the magnet strength, you simply will just get a flathead screwdriver, or you'll use the tool that is provided with the MGC Elite, and you'll just rotate the magnet clockwise to either have it be pointing towards the inside of the puzzle or rotate it to be pointing towards the outside. If it isn't clear enough, when the arrow is pointing towards the outside of the puzzle, that is going to be the stronger magnet setting, and when it's pointing towards the inside of the puzzle, that's going to be the weaker magnet setting. The prototype with the final settings that I tried while visiting YJ had magnet strength that was comparable to the GTS 3M on the strong setting, and when he dialed it back to the weaker setting, it was more along the lines of like a Volk 3 kind of magnet strength. So I think it's a really good middle ground, so that way there's a strong setting for those who really prefer strong magnets, and there's a bit of a more dialed back, moderate setting for those who prefer a more subdued, but yet still noticeable magnet feel. And here's what the black adjustable magnet system looks like, just in case you're curious. YJ definitely has stepped up with the MGC Elite, hence the name. Their goal was to provide a lot more features that are found in higher end speed cubes at a lower price point. While the price of the MGC Elite is not yet determined, I would expect it to be around the $15 to $20 price point. The first thing I noticed when looking at the MGC Elite prototype was that it instantly reminded me a lot more of the MGC version 1, whereas the MGC version 2 had very sharp corner pieces. Upon turning the MGC Elite, it does remind me a lot more of a faster MGC version 1. When we take a look at the turning, you'll see it's very smooth and also has a buttery tight feel, but also a bit more sound and clackiness. Also keep in mind that for the sake of a fair comparison, this cube has not been lubricated or tensioned by me. This is exactly how I got it from YJ. This earlier prototype has a lot weaker magnets, I do have them on the stronger setting currently, so you'll get a demonstration of what that looks like. They're definitely there, but even on the stronger setting, it's nothing more than a moderate magnet strength, and on the weaker setting, they're very light and almost unnoticeable. The corner cutting of the prototype that I have, again, is going to be a bit of an unfair comparison because the springs that are in the puzzle are not what will be found in the production model. Just to give you an idea though, like most SpeedCubes, 45 degrees is no problem. And we can even go a little bit past 45. But once you start getting into this range, the puzzle does start to have some trouble with that. You also can see that sometimes the caps can come a little bit loose under heavy corner cutting conditions. But that is the only time I found that to be an issue. My suspicion is that when you're forcing a large corner cut and the pieces start to move, it then slightly pushes up the center cap from the edge piece. Again, these are all problems that will be sorted out in the final version. YJ decided to go back to their classic half-bright color scheme, same as what was found on the version 1. Nice fluorescent high contrast stickers. Let's go ahead and do some test moves. I will say that I do very much prefer the stronger magnet setting found on the later prototype that I had to leave at the YJ factory. I really think that the stronger magnets complement the turning feel of this cube well as the faster turning that I noticed in the final prototype. And lastly, let's take a look at the pieces. From what I can see with the prototype, it isn't perfect, but I am reassured knowing that YJ is making improvements to the final version. I think that if you're a big fan of the YJ MGC version 1, you'll definitely enjoy the Elite. We will be receiving the final production version very soon, and I will certainly make some follow-up videos about that. Also, be on the lookout for some awesome videos from some of your favorite YouTubers such as j-perm, CubeSolve Hero, Rhythms, and many more coming to you soon. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.